Welcome and thank you for joining us in our podcast called The Growth Journey. This is a place where you will start your personal growth and development. I am your host, Cheryl Hart. In this episode, we will discuss the importance of today's growth. One of John Maxwell's book called Today Matters, he says that most of us spend far too much time exaggerating our past successes and failures and overestimating tomorrow, assuming things will get better without creating a strategy for making it better. He also said that today is the only day that really matters, for today determines the successes of tomorrow. Since I am one of the executive director of the John Maxwell team and one of the 25,000 coaches, trainers, and speakers in 150 plus countries, Today Matters is one of many lessons that I will teach, train, and speak of. In Today Matters, there are 12 daily practices to guarantee tomorrow's success. We won't be able to get through them all, but we will cover the most appropriate one for this topic. And I thought that a topic around growth will be appropriate to start with and to discuss the importance of today's growth. So I decided to pick out the chapter 14 of the book, which is Today's Growth Gives Me Potential. You may have known people you thought they missed their potential, or maybe they are your friends from high school, college, and best friends, family members, or people at work. You may have been surprised to grow past them personally and professionally. Maybe this is you, that you may have regrets about yourself and looking back right now that you wish you kept going when you were faced in a tough situation and you wish you did not quit and that you almost had it and you wish you stick around a little longer. When someone misses opportunity for growth and improvement, he or she may feel regret. Perhaps he goes long enough without growing. He begins to feel he's had a unused life. So there are some misconceptions about growth that you may or may not aware of. So number one of misconception about growth is they think growth is automatic. We thought that once we finish our high school and get our college degree, we are done learning, right? We pay our dues and we've got our certificates, so we thought that growth is now automatic for us. The truth is, if we don't take responsibility for our growth and for continuous growth, it won't happen. When we stop, our growth stops. Growth is not automatic. It doesn't come with age either. So number two misconception about growth is they think growth comes from information. The greatest obstacle to growth is not ignorance. It's the illusion of knowledge. You may have encountered someone who that knows pretty much everything like encyclopedias filled with information, yet could do nothing with it to benefit him or herself or others. Number three misconception about growth is they think growth comes with experience. So let's say you are a baseball player. When a baseball player swings that bat and have missed, then swing it again and missed, would it be wise to stop, reflect, and think as to why you keep missing to hit that ball? So you see, experience is good only if it's reflected on and have learned from both his or her mistakes and successes. And thinking about how you can do differently the next time around and make improvement. And only then the experience becomes growth when it is reflected upon. As we now know the misconception about growth, now let's discuss to why growth matters today or importance of growth today. So number one, why growth matters today is gifting without growth leads to ineffectiveness. As missionary physician Albert Switzer have said, the secret of success is to go through life as a man who never gets used up. John have discussed this in great details. He said, how do you ensure that you will not get used up before your life is done? The answer comes is the way you approach talent. If you draw on your talent but never add to it or sharpen it, you're headed for trouble. Because nobody is that talented. What you will do then is to take whatever talent you have and increase it. It is your responsibility to figure out what your talent, your skills, and gifts are. Then use it, sharpen it, and increase it. Here are a few quotes from talents, or about talents. So Maya Angelou have said, talent is like electricity. We don't understand it, but we use it. Owen Meredith have said, genius does what it must, and talent does what it can. Here's another one from Erica Jong. Everyone has talent. What is rare is the courage to follow the talent to the dark place where it leads. So every one of us has unique talent and skills that no one else have. When you start using your gifts and talents to earn a living, you naturally gravitate towards work you are naturally great at and can excel at. As Walt Disney had perfectly said, it's kind of fun to do the impossible. To some, it looks impossible, but to you, you are naturally gifted and great at it, and you can excel at it. Number two, why growth matters today is growth prevents personal and professional stagnation. Have you ever felt that you were just stuck in some aspect of your life? You want to advance in your career, but you seem to have stalled? Many people have experienced that. In fact, the way they've solved the stagnation in their career is to fix the external changes. So how they fix external changes, you may ask? They looked for a different job. The better solution is to pursue internal changes. External changes generally only relieve symptoms of stagnation temporarily. You may find it exciting to start off a new job for the first weeks or months or even a few years. When the thrill wears off, you will be faced with the same old problems. Same is true for someone who has a second marriage, third marriage, fourth marriage, and so on. It was exciting for the first time, but when that wears off, then they go back and divorce again. So the best solution is to make your personal growth a priority and your goal. Then your focus changes can make on the inside. When you do that, you become better when faced with career changes. You break from the potential stagnation. Your view on personal and professional life is better than before. In fact, when you do the things that you really want as part of your growth, you become energized. You are passionate. You're committed and dedicated to the things that you've cared about. It fuels you and motivates you to do more and to be more. In which will take us to the number 3, why growth matters today, is only through continuous improvement can you reach your potential. It has been said that may you stay in one place forever. If you don't try to improve yourself every day, that could be your fate. You will be stuck in the same place doing the same things, hoping the same hopes for coming years, but never gaining new territory or winning new victories. I must admit, though, that I was afraid to be in the same place forever. I have seen my friends, coworkers who are in the same place. There's nothing wrong with being in the same place, and I've done that, being in one place. But for me, I knew I have something more to offer. I have other skills and talents that is there within me and have been there all along but never get a chance to come out. So I decided to make my own growth plan. I decided to invest in myself heavily for both money and time. I have paid thousands of dollars for someone to mentor me and coach me to better myself. I knew if I wanted to grow, I would not be able to do it on my own. I will need resources. I need someone who has been there and done that to save me some time on the learning curve in which it will take years and years of the learning experience. And now I'm happy I did it. And now I was able to share this knowledge to everyone and to you. You see, all I've done is to reflect on what I am really good at, what my passion is, what do I care about, and what is important to me. Then I figure out along the way what my gifts, skills, and talents that I can do naturally. Then I use it and now sharpen it. And I truly hope that you will too. I hope these lessons have given you something to think about and help to find your own unique talent, gifts, and skills that nobody has except you. So I hope this helps. So in summary, growth doesn't happen automatically. And exposure to information or experience doesn't necessarily change anyone. We grow only when we apply what we know, be intentional about developing and following a personal growth plan. Each day, endeavor to acquire knowledge and put it to use. No one else is tasked with making sure you grow. You are responsible for improving yourself personally and professionally. There are a lot to cover on the Today Matters. I do teach this lesson in a live audience. And in the process of creating a course for a deeper dive discussion. So for more information, please go to my website at www.cheryliheart.com. Depending when you listen to this episode, feel free to sign up in my website so you will be included in my email list and you will be the first to know once the course is available. So here are some questions for you to think about. So feel free to get a journal or write in a piece of paper, and perhaps you can go back in these questions and the answers that you have in the next week, perhaps a month, 6 months from now, 8 months from now, or even a year from now. So here are a few questions for you. Number 1, do you have a growth plan? If not, why not? And if you do, how is it working for you? A second question is, in your career, where do you have the most potential to excel at? And number 3, what daily habits could you implement to help you capitalize on your potential? And there you go. So those are the 3 things that you can think about later. So with that, I would like to leave you with this key phrase before I signed off. And it's this: if you do not invest in your own personal growth, no one will. Take care and be well.